When the British public voted for Brexit, they did it to stop mass migration. But here we are years later, with migration numbers out of control. This wasn't what Britain voted for. So, who's responsible for this failure? And can the new Labour government fix what the Conservatives couldn't? Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications to support our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Back in 2016, the message was simple. Brexit would allow us to take back control of our borders. They told us immigration would finally be cut. Millions of people trusted them and voted to leave the EU, hoping to see an end to mass migration. But today, we're seeing the highest levels of migration in the country's history. This is not what the British people voted for. It's a complete betrayal of the trust placed in those who led the Brexit campaign. So, why have migration numbers gone up instead of down? While migration from the EU has fallen, non-EU migration has exploded. They sold a points-based system as a way to control who enters the UK. But in reality, it's opened the floodgates. Let's take a listen.
Then Boris Johnson came in. He had a kind of points-based system. He actually got rid of that strict cap. And ironically, actually, that was the period when net migration fell to the lowest level that it's been for a while. But that was mainly because of the pandemic. So the pandemic happened in that period. Then the new Brexit rules came into place. And look at what happened afterwards. After those new rules came into place, there was this extraordinary increase in the number of people coming mostly from outside the EU, actually, places like India and Nigeria.
And let's not forget the labour shortages. The government's failure to plan for life after Brexit meant they were forced to bring in more foreign workers, especially in critical sectors like healthcare and agriculture. So taking back control of what exactly? Then there's the issue of student visas. The number of international students coming to the UK skyrocketed, and many of them brought family members. Loopholes in the system turned student visas into yet another way for migration to increase. So who's responsible? The Conservative government. After all, it was their Brexit vision that led to this. They've had years to make good on their promises, but instead they've introduced a system that's led to more migration, not less. The truth is, they've put the needs of businesses before the concerns of voters. They've allowed more workers in to fill jobs without thinking about what that would mean for housing, public services, or wages. This wasn't a misstep. It's a complete failure of leadership and planning. Despite everything they promised, the Conservatives have failed to deliver on the key reason people voted for Brexit: reducing migration. Now, Labour under Keir Starmer has inherited this mess. But can they really fix it? Starmer has promised to make Brexit work, but will he stick to that when faced with the same pressures? Or will Labour continue down the same path, allowing immigration numbers to rise? Starmer has said Labour will focus on filling skill shortages while addressing the concerns of the public. But can they really reverse years of failed policy? Or are we heading for more of the same? The public voted to stop mass migration, but instead we've got more of it. The Conservative government has failed to deliver, and now it's up to Labour to see if they can fix what was broken. But will they actually do it? Can Labour make Brexit work, or is this just another false promise? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Stay informed, stay engaged, and make sure that your voice is heard.